program on a regular basis. Now, he mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger, he mentioned elite bodybuilders. Now, average bodybuilders or most bodybuilders are quite weak when they train. They're not training for maximal strength, they're just training for size. And you'll find that the strength athlete will be stronger than the bodybuilder, and they will do more time under tension work than what the bodybuilder will. Then the other thing with Dorian Yates is that he was on huge amounts of growth hormone and different steroids. If you look at his physique now compared to his physique 20 years ago when he was Mr. Olympia, he was on shitloads of steroids. The same as Arnold, the same as all these competitive bodybuilders, they're all on shitloads of steroids. So their bodies will keep growing if they did bench press for 6 months and didn't change it. Now, when you're training naturally, 4, 6 or 8 weeks, depending on how your body adapts to your training, is how regular you need to change your training program. So it's the analogy of a building site. If I put you on a building site, for the first week, your body will be sore and in pain. The third week, your body will be getting used to it. The 4th or 5th week, your body will be totally used to it. Now, the difference between training with anabolic steroids and training naturally is that you have to keep changing things in which to get the body to improve, to go to the next level. So bodybuilders that just do heavy squats all the time, their legs will grow because their testosterone levels are so high. They're normally 6 to 7 to 8 times the level of a normal athlete or a normal person like myself training in the gym. So it's really important for you not to listen to Dorian Yates' advice unless you're training on anabolic steroids. If you're not training on anabolic steroids and you're training naturally, then of course you need to have your training program changed on a regular basis. Then the other thing is, like, I do a lot of corrective training with my clients, because if they've got a forward head posture, or they've got a lower back issue, or they've got a neck issue or a knee issue, certain muscles will be causing that issue, so you need to change the program on a regular basis in which to get that weaker muscle stronger. So let's say you've got a knee issue and the knee is really painful, and I can only give you upper body workout until you've done your physio or your corrective exercise in which to get you back into recovery. So this is what Dorian Yates is very ignorant about, is that he's just thinking from a steroid hardcore training point of view, and not understanding that most personal trainers do a lot of reading and a lot of studying in which to deliver, maximum, amazing programs for their clients. Then the other thing is that you get clients that get bored with doing the same old boring bench press. So does the trainer get bored, and so does the muscle get bored. So it's really important that when you're training somebody, is that 4, 6 or 8 weeks, depending on how consistent they are with their training, that you need to change it around if you're training naturally. Otherwise, you won't get the growth anymore. So if I did 5 sets of bicep curls with no hammer curls, no preacher curls and other exercises, my arms just wouldn't grow anymore. They'd still stay strong, but they just wouldn't increase in size because I'm not forcing them to change. Does that make sense? So it's like the building site. If you're on the building site, you're a hod carrier. If I went and hod carried for 1 week, I'd probably be like deaf in the bed and so tired until my body adapted to that type of lifting. So this is where, Dorian Yates is totally wrong. A lot of people look up to him because he had a massive gargantuan physique, which he did have, and he was Mr. Olympia, which I totally give him credit for. But training naturally and training as a steroid abuser, in my opinion, because where is he now? He's nowhere. He's got no physique. His arms are gone, they're injured, he's got no legs, he's got no back, he doesn't look as big as he used to because he's not on the huge amounts of growth hormone. He has admitted that he's on testosterone therapy, but he's onto testosterone therapy because he fucked up his own testosterone from taking too much testosterone when he was a bodybuilder. Okay, and competing competitively in competitive bodybuilding. Now, if you look at Flex Wheeler, he's just had his leg cut off from the knee because of abusing the body with all these drugs, and he would admit to this as well. The same as, you know, Arnold has had lots of heart issues because of the steroid abuse that he'd done in his early 20s, 30s, and probably into his 40s. So you need to make up your own mind. But from my 21 years of working with clients and getting them stronger, fitter and healthier, some clients want to get bigger and stronger, and I have to say to them, you know, it's going to take months and weeks for your body to change. To, you know, an average person training in the gym, they're only going to gain 7 pounds of muscle a year, but that's 7 pounds of lean steak. But if you can lift gargantuan weights, then you will gain more. You know, I weigh just under 14 stone. My arms are 17 inches for somebody that's just under 14 stone. I know somebody that's 15 stone and their arms are just 16 inches. Okay? So it's all about the volume and how you train on what you're going to get change-wise and what you're putting into your system. So if you're eating organic food, sleeping 8 hours a night, drinking tons of water and training regular 4 or 5, 4 days a week, you will get the growth. But if you've got low systemic testosterone, then you won't get the growth no matter what you do. Okay? So really, my advice to you is to see a good trainer with great experience, not really a Dorian Yates type person unless you're taking anabolic steroids. Now, if you're taking anabolic steroids and seeing somebody like Dorian Yates or seeing somebody with real huge physique, huge arms, huge chest, then that's what you're going to get if you're taking what they're taking. Okay? So don't think that you're going to get massive arm, like 23-inch arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you're training naturally, it's not going to happen. It won't happen. Okay? And if you're doing the same exercise week in, week out, and you wonder why your body's not improving, and I hear this all the time, working in gyms, guys will go, oh, my abs are not improving, oh, my strength's not improving, or my deadlift is not going up, because they're not changing it at different intervals in which to get the body to adapt and change. So I hope you've enjoyed this 7-minute 57 blog. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please share, and please comment below. If you've got a different opinion to me, we can have a debate on steroid training, natural training, program design, depending on what you're looking for. So I've got a friend of mine in Southampton, he just does gargantuan lifting for 1 or 2 reps. But then he'll do endurance training in between different phases of his training to keep his endurance up as well as keeping his strength up. Does that make sense? So somebody that does 230 kilo deadlift won't do 230 kilo deadlift in 6 months time if they've not kept the intensity up. So you've got to keep the intensity up in which to keep the growth and not lose the size or the definition. So my arms went down to 13 inches. Now they're back up to 17 because I've upped the intensity, but I haven't got gargantuan weight here. I haven't got my 65 kilo curls. I'm having to do 20 kilo curls, but I'm doing 5 sets of 20 repetitions. So really going quite endurance, but very low hypertrophy or muscle gain. Okay, but if I go into the gym and I start lifting 65, 70 kilo bicep curls, then I'm going more into strength, which will give me a bit more size. But I'm 50 years old. Do I want 18, 19 inch arms? No, not really. I'm happy with 17 inch guns because I know that 95% of guys that are natural will not have a 17 inch arm. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this little podcast, and please subscribe, please share, please like and please comment, negative or positive, and I will comment back to every comment that I get. Thank you very much. Keep hench, keep training, and I look forward to connecting with you very soon again. Bye bye.